Hello.
Hi.
Stop eating yogurts.
Man, I'm so hungry. Fine. Yogurt will be put away.
It's a wonderful waste of time. 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 Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Wonderful Waste of Time podcast.
Woo! We came back.
I am Cross Draylire, and
I-
with me is...
Currently finishing a yogurt. Dowda, SG, Laddie, Jumpy. I'm gonna get some.
So the second episode is going to be in the second style, so we're going to alternate in every single one. If you haven't listened to the first one, go back and listen to the first one. You can find out how that one works. It'll make sense.
Great.
There was a lot about Kanye West and
My hero.
sequels to films that ended up partially being about the fucking Matrix for some reason.
The Matrix.
But in this one, we're going to be arguing a top five. So it can both be like our personal top fives and explaining why there are top fives, or it can also be trying to sort of order it between us as well.
Okay.
If we have a shared opinion.
A collaborative
Yeah.
top five.
But I don't want it to become like an argumental thing. You go, no, my thing's better than your thing. So having a personal one yourself is fine as well.
My things are always better. So there is no argument.
But my things are better than those. So yours comes second, and I'm top in the top five of things whose opinions are good.
So people, it's actually top 5 jokes, and that was number 10.
Hi. Great. Let's wait until I make the other 9.
So what is the list actually going to be?
I got the list here, so obviously we don't need to pick who's doing it because it's between both of us. So I've got a list of
we not
several
pick anyways?
things. No. For who's in charge. So,
I want the power.
So there's a thing we have to do first before we start arguing, but we'll get to that after we found out what the topic is. So the topic is going to be... Do you want to do the...
Go for it.
Go. It's going to be the top 5 hip-hop album covers.
Covers? Okay.
Not covers of songs like
No,
the covers of albums.
God.
No, I know that you knew what I meant. I was clarifying for everyone else in case they didn't understand that's what I meant. Covering hip-hop songs is very rare anyway. It's a slightly strange thing to do.
It's not allowed, man. You don't get the bars, man.
This is about the writing, not about the performance necessarily.
Yes.
So, first thing I think we need to do is establish some rules for it. So,
I like
as to
live in
what
an
is going to
anarchist
fit
society.
in those categories.
Rules don't work
So,
in my
for
life.
the first...
Sorry.
in an anarchist society. You don't understand what anarchy is.
Hey. Welcome to my life. Yeah, sorry.
So, we need to establish what we're going to classify as being involved in this list.
And
So,
album covers.
When we say hip-hop album covers, is it strictly hip-hop album covers, or are we including grime and...
No, man, we're not. No,
so
hip hop. Strictly
just
hip hop. You said hip hop.
Only things that you consider hip-hop.
Yeah. Because this whole.
I think it should still count if it's like more experimental, but if it's like cross-genre, one of those genres has to be hip-hop.
Okay.
Because you wouldn't go,
No, fair,
it's
yeah, like
grime
neo
slash
hip hop.
hip-hop.
Yeah.
But if it was like, it's a jazz hip-hop album, I would count that.
Okay. Yeah.
The second thing is...
Get that.
Actually, the thing is, we don't need anything. We don't need any other rules for this.
No,
it's just
this
that.
one's
It's got to
pretty
be
straightforward.
hip-hop album covers. Are we going to do anything else in the list? Can every person only have one? Are we going to say...
Oh, well, every artist can
we
only have
can't...
one.
Yeah, within the top 5.
Don't know. What depends? It depends.
And are we judging it based on personal preference, most iconic? What are we judging it based on?
I don't know about most iconic.
A bit of both.
I think more
makes sense
personal
with
because we can
this.
only got like I wouldn't be able to
A
say
personal
that's
preference,
iconic.
but we're not judging. But that's the thing, though. When you're judging the album cover, can you only judge it based on how it looks, or are you also going to be slightly judging the album? That's why.
Because you said album covers, so we have to be very strict on this.
But I think being iconic is a part of it.
Well, being
I
iconic
think
looks
because
like
you can have a very simplistic cover, but it could be very iconic, and it could be
what
something
because
really
was
very
it?
interesting. Like the cover for the Chronic isn't super interesting.
Well, it's just a leaf in it.
What? No, the cover for the Chronic isn't the Chronic. It's Dre and a Circle.
Oh yeah. What's the one with the?
So I would argue that's not necessarily the most interesting album cover,
Yeah,
but I would say it's by far one of the most iconic hip hop covers of all time.
Nah, I don't think iconic.
I think if you put that's one you'd recognise though.
I mean, I just got it wrong, so
that's true. You may have proved me wrong straight away. Yeah, okay, fair play.
I think more we just go for how we would judge like an image. That looks really nice. That's like
it's sort of a bit of everything.
Yeah,
I think iconic has to come into it
to an extent.
Artistic value has to come into it.
Yeah, I think more than that.
I
think more so artistic value though, because like. Come on, we can't just give someone plots because their fucking album sold, but the fucking cover looks like shite.
Agree?
Yes.
Should we start with giving an example of a bad hip hop cover? By a very popular album that's
by a popular artist.
Yeah.
Bad cover by a popular artist. I don't think it's a bad cover. This is one that I just personally don't like. It's Drake's can't remember which one it is, but it's the one with him sitting on the chair. I think it is. Is it? I don't know if it's Take Care or not. But it's just this is one of sitting on the chair. And it's just very like.
Is it very blue?
Let me see.
Is it this? Right, this is not going to help anyone else.
Yeah.
You will have to join us in googling these.
Yeah, basically.
I was just going to try and find out the name of the album. Is it? Is literally just him sitting down?
Yeah,
this?
Yeah, that's the one. Which one is that?
I don't know. If it would work. The internet connection is low. All right, well, I'll just describe it anyway. So it is literally just Jake. His name's not Jake.
That's his Geordie name.
That's his real name. It turned out it was really Jake. And he was like, it sounds cooler, Drake. Like a fucking duck.
How many
male ducks are called Drake?
Oh wow,
Drakes.
okay, then that should
be there you go. So it's literally him sat at what looks like a table in a restaurant with some fancy pictures behind him, a big candlestick, and he's looking into what looks like a gold chalice. Is that what it is? It's a very small picture. I can't get this to load up.
Even that one.
The other one, the one that I think of when you say Drake is this other one where he's in front of the clouds.
Absolutely been rinsed.
I can't remember what album that was. I think that's that's what I would describe as iconic, but I don't necessarily like it.
No.
See, I think that has got
it's recognisable. Yeah.
In that I see that and I go, yeah, that's quite cool. Whereas. There's one of his albums that's just got writing on the front of it, hasn't it?
I think that's the cover for if you're reading it's too late.
Yeah.
Is
that for the single?
No. Was it an album or was it a mixtape?
It might be a mixtape, but something like that, I would say, I don't think that's got a lot to it.
It's simplistic, but I prefer that one.
But then it could go the other way. There's an album called "Still This Album" that just says that on the front of it, and that's quite good.
Yeah, that's quite clever actually.
Yeah. So there's a bit of back and forth.
Yeah.
To go along with it, but if we can, hopefully we can remember the fucking names of the albums so that people can look them up while they're listening. If they can.
And names.
Or hopefully you'll know a few of them because they'll be good to look at.
Well, no, I think the main thing is my good friend Google and my visual references.
Yeah. Other search engines are available, but nobody fucking uses them.
Yeah, I mean Yahoo doesn't quite do it for me.
Yahoo, Bing, and Ask Jeeves all slung to the wayside.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man, this.
It's catchy. Google it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Google for the best search engine.
We live in a world where the best advertiser wins. So Google.
That's true.
So yeah, I mean, I already know the first album.
In the case of Hoover.
Huh?
Hoover's a brand name. Everyone refers to vacuum cleaners as Hoovers, but Dyson Hoovers are more successful nowadays. Just a little side note. I believe they are anyway. You would fucking think so, wouldn't you?
History.
Right, what was you going to say? What was the one you were going to throw in?
My one that it always sticks with me is what's his name? Is it Blackalicious? And is it Blazing Arrow? I think it was Blazing Arrow actually.
Blazing Arrow.
Yeah, because it's actually a sick cover. Wow, internet is actually so slacky here.
Yes, the internet's not going very well for us right now. Okay, that's quite cool.
Yeah. Have you not seen it?
No, I've not seen this before.
It's so sick. It's so sick. Like, it's exactly that. It's exactly that. So everyone that knows the Blackalicious Blazing Arrow cover, it's the one with the black figure holding a white arrow. It's just like
It's like
some
a
crazy styles.
lightning bolt going through the background.
Yeah, it looks like headphones really. That's connecting.
Yeah, it does look like he's got headphones on.
Yeah, that's
and a
connecting
bow and
the
arrow.
bow. Yeah,
Exactly. Blazing arrow.
Yeah. So it's like his lyrics are, like the.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
Yeah, I really like it. It always sticks with me, and the fact that I was actually able to remember the name of the artist and the album is that's you know what I mean. So that would definitely be up my top 5.
So the one that I would say is very much coming into my top 5. It would be the cover of Low End Theory by A Tribe Called Quest. Yes, which is the picture of it's mostly black, but it's like a painting of stripes on a person, like they're black and blending into the background.
Sick. Yeah.
I think that's one of the, and again, I think that's iconic.
Pure iconic,
and I think that adds to it. It's very artistic, but I think the iconic value is what makes it really good. It's a really good looking album.
Yeah.
It's not my favourite A Tribe Called Quest album, but I think it's by far the best cover. I think it's
that definitely got best for me. Yeah, that's actually really.
The other one that I would throw in, and again, is not my favourite album by the person, but the cover for Mad Villainy, which is MF Doom and Madlib. I would say that's again really iconic. It's like a really good photograph.
Yeah,
it's very minimalist, but it's just really cool looking. But if you weigh that up against my actual favourite of his albums, which is Danger Doom, the mouse in the mask, so there are two different ones for it.
Because I mean, like the last one, it's just like, the minimal thing works, like the minimalistic look of it. Yeah, it's nice, strong picture, but like, can you really match that up to the artistic value of the last two album covers that we've seen?
I think the Low End Theory is a better cover, but there's something about it.
It does grab you.
When you look at it, you go, that looks like it's going to be a really interesting album.
Yeah, definitely does grab you a bit. But
there's more artistic value, I'd say, to the cover of The Mouse in the Mask. There are two different covers for it. The one I'm talking about is there's like a lot of dots. And then, so I've got this as a record. I actually have 2 of them. Yeah. Because I wanted to keep one in case the other one broke or something, because they're very hard to get hold of.
Buy it just in case.
My 2 favourite albums I've got 2 of, just in case, of the special edition ones. The other one is Rated R by Queens of the Stone Age, which I've got the red sleeve for, which is really cool. So the actual record for that, so the inner sleeve is just the dots, and then it has like a plastic sleeve that goes over the top of it with black bits over it, which are the bits that fill in the picture. So it's cool because you can see, obviously, when you're talking about being iconic, the reason why these 2 covers are really iconic for me, both for the MF Doom ones, are because of him. It's his mask. His mask is super iconic to begin with.
That's.
So you slap that on an album cover, and it's.
But then exactly, what is it? Is it the album cover or is it the mask that you're like?
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? Because the same way you could chuck his mask, like, and it is chucked on shirts and all of that, and they also look sick because of the mask. Yeah. But that's just the mask carrying it as the album cover. Like it's, I feel like it should be a standalone thing. As this is created as an album cover piece, and it is sick. Like some of Kanye West's stuff.
Yeah, so he's got some really good ones.
Yeah, well, the first 3, like, I just like.
First 3, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
All right, again, obviously it's my favourite album, so maybe it's swayed by that, but I think College Dropout is not only iconic, I think it's just really adds to it. It paints a fucking picture. Yeah. Because it's the mascot.
Yeah.
You know, it's what I mean? So
there's a first. Is that the one with the guy flying that from?
No, that's Graduation.
See, that's the one I really like.
So the internet's not working in our favour at the moment.
No,
so the College Dropout one is him like sitting on like bleachers, the American thing.
Oh yeah. And
he's
got
and he's wearing the bear mascot thing, and he looks really fucking sad. And it just really paints a picture of it like. Oh, he's doing what is considered a pretty shit job on the... Like, some people fucking love doing mascot shit, but it's generally considered...
The low end of the sports team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it really paints a picture of this idea of he's not doing well in college, basically, and it makes sense with the theme of the album. So I think that's a really good cover.
Yeah, I'm looking at it
I
now,
do like the graduation
and
cover.
the frame. But you know what is?
But I don't see. I think that one does more for it. The college dropout cover.
No, it's got a lot more emotion. The college dropout.
The late registration runs with the theme as well. It's the bear again.
Yeah, no, that's what all three of them were the bear, aren't they?
Yeah. It's more like he's just shown up in the late registration one. It's quite good.
Open.
Yeah, it's like he's just shown up at a fucking lecture or something.
Yeah.
So that looks really good, but I think
I'm with you on this one. Yeah.
Adds the album, I think. Whereas I think none of the other things we've talked about so far have added to the album like that does. I think that sets up the theme for the album.
Yeah. Okay, no, that's.
So I think that's really interesting.
Definitely.
I like both of those MF Doom album covers. But I think Low End Theory should be one.
You know what I was just thinking. Yeah, talking about iconic and like Ready to Die, the kid, man.
That's very good. I think that's another one that really adds to it as well because it's the fact it adds to the album title as well.
Yeah,
you're seeing a baby and it says Ready to Die. I've always expected to have shit go wrong,
and a lot of his songs then reflect it very well.
Is Everyday Struggle on that?
I don't want to live.
Sometimes I hear Death Knuckle, the one that's about being a drug dealer. Yeah. So having that kind of thing on it, I think that's a really good one. That really adds to the album.
But it's iconic. It's iconic.
You'd recognise it.
But would you put it in your top 5?
I think if I was going to put one of his album covers in the top 5, it would definitely be that one.
Okay, yeah.
And I do think that's a really good album cover. I would definitely put that in there.
Okay, cool, yeah. I mean, I would happily put any Biggie anywhere. So.
I don't know if you've seen this before. I think I've told you about this before. So it's a while ago now, but quite recently, Marvel did a series of covers for comics all coming out at the same time where it was all hip-hop album covers.
No, I've not seen that.
But as... people from Marvel Comics, basically.
Yeah.
So, like, that one was Ant-Man.
Oh, no, I did see that.
Yeah. There's the cover of that, the Tyler Wolf, is it Wolf? Is that the album? Is the Tyler Creator one? Where it looks like a shitty school picture. Which I think is a good album cover, but I don't think that's going to make it into the top 5. And it has that, but a Squirrel Girl, and the smaller version of him is a squirrel. So Squirrel Girl is the main one, and then it's...
I don't know who Squirrel Girl is.
That doesn't matter, that's not the point. But like, obviously, Marvel have gone through and picked their top covers, otherwise it wouldn't be there. Mad Villainy was one of them. It was Thor on the cover of it. That was quite good. I'm trying to think of what their other ones were, because it would help bring up other ones. What about Wu-Tang covers? Because I would think that Enter the 36 Chambers is the most iconic.
Yeah,
and I'm not just talking about just them. I'm talking about all of them, their solo albums as well. But I think the best 2 covers are also 2 of their best solo albums. Liquid Swords, Jizza.
Yeah.
The one where it is like a rap battle in a fucking surrealist nightmare. That's a really good go. It's a really good cartoon.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
But I think the best album cover is Return to 36 Chambers, the Brooklyn Zoo. The like food stamp card with Old Dirty Bastard on it. Do you know which one I mean?
Oh, okay. Why would you say that's the best one?
I just think it's really interesting. Like the fact that it is just like a food stamp card it's just like his food stamp card. It's just the idea of it being. I don't know. There's just something about it.
I like the whole giving you a part of his identity.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It seems very personal.
Yeah.
And I think where the Jizza cover, the Liquid Swords cover, is really cool. And it's like the kind of thing you'd go on, wear that as a t-shirt or have a poster of that up. I think the Brooklyn Zoo the album is called Brooklyn Zoo, isn't it? Yeah. Return to 36 Chambers. It's just really, it captures something the same way that I think the College Dropout cover catches.
No, I kind of got. That's what I was gonna say. I kind of got what you mean. I think, yeah, with regards to this and College Dropout, I think it's just kind of the artistic value of it as well.
Yeah,
and as in like the meaning behind
I think it adds something to the album itself. I think it's kind of cool.
I am torn on this one.
There are lots of them that I think are really cool looking that I would throw out.
Yeah.
Like if you want to look up Bazooka Tooth. Yeah, I know. Which is an Aesop Rock album. It's a really good picture, and I think that adds a lot to the album as well. It's like a kid in braces with lots of other kids behind him laughing at him.
Yeah.
It's like a really well-drawn picture.
It looks like something out of a like a horror manga or some
horror manga.
Yeah, like, you know, it's a bit.
Yeah, it's quite like dark,
Ghoulish.
and I think that's another thing. I think that adds an idea to the album, like those other two do, and I think it's really well drawn. But then several of his other albums, I think, have just got cool covers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think they're really good, but I wouldn't say they add to it in the same way. Like the cover of Skeleton, which is a cat skeleton, which I think is really cool, and I think that's kind of iconic.
That is nice. I mean, not like cool. That's a nice looking.
That's a nice dead cat.
Yeah,
right
but
there.
as in like it's a nice. It's nice.
It's a good album cover. Yeah.
So I was just looking at some others.
It's really well painted, but I don't think it's as stylistically interesting as the Bazooka Tooth cover.
No, I was looking back at a Dom Kennedy album that I really liked because I remember the.
It's very hard to remember.
Yeah, you know when you put in a spot, it's pretty crazy, and it's just
kind of thing I
worthwhile
can point out slowly over time, but
yeah, no, Dom Kennedy's not going to be the guy. He's not as creative. What was it? What was Lupe Fiasco's Lasers? Because I remember that being a little bit interesting.
So let me look this one. I was also going to say I like De La Soul's. Oh, the one that is like...
You know when he was going through his anarchist phase where he wanted to take it down the world.
So that's very minimalist, but I do think that's really interesting.
Cool. Yeah.
I like that it's on the lights as well, and the fact that obviously the A is not
like a graffiti.
It's like it's paint, but I think more so, and this probably is not at all intentional. It's probably just that's the easiest way to set up. What I really like about it is it's like somebody painted the A first and then somebody else decided to put his name over it in lights. Because it's obviously behind it. It's not like somebody wrote lasers and then he's come and painted it over the top of it. It looks like it's behind it.
Do you know what I just realised?
What?
It says losers.
Oh yeah, did you not notice that? Because of the O.
Yeah, oh my god, mate.
It's
man.
Good.
That's again, but you know what? That has just made me want to put it in my top 5 because I've just realised
I think
about
that's
it.
good.
Like, I'm not even like, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's really cool. What? I think we've got like 6 now.
Oh no, but we just shout out to them. We'll order them afterwards.
We'll order it after. Have you been listing them though? Because
I will remember them. I've got
I've
got tabs open. I hope you remember them.
Yes, we will.
I like the cover of the new De La Soul album. I really like 3 Feet High and Rising. That's kind of a very iconic one, but I wouldn't say that is... I wouldn't put that in the top 5. I don't think it's the most interesting. But the new album's called The Anonymous Nobody, and it's somebody standing in front of a crowd.
Yeah. Actually, I do like it.
Somebody else running away on stage who says nobody can stop them, and he says, I am nobody.
Yeah.
I think it's really good.
It reminds me of a really well done... you get like...
It's like an
not so much
comic.
Political, but like newspaper comics. You know what I mean? But obviously with more colour. But it reminds me like quite a poignant one.
Yeah, like a well done.
Yeah.
Again, I think this is another one that adds to the album. I think it adds to the point of it.
I haven't actually heard the album.
It's really good.
I know. I'm disappointed in myself actually that I haven't. But I'm sure it does because they're really good at kind of linking art. They're quite an encompassing group. So
yeah.
No,
there's a lot of depth to their ideas. I also think the cover for, is it De La Soul Dead? The plant pot that's this is just some dying flowers and the plant pot's been knocked over.
Dead.
I think that's really cool because I think there's a deeper thing to it. Only if you're like a fan and you're going to get the back Think of them because before that, all their stuff was flowers and the Daisy Age and stuff like that. And then on Daylight So Is Dead, it's a picture of some dead flowers and a plant that's been kicked over.
As in they've just kind of...
It's more like we're done with that.
Yeah,
we're going to be more aggressively honest rather than... Because they were kind of... I really like their earlier stuff. I like that they're... people think of it as being like hippie, but it was very positive. Whereas on Daylight So Is Dead, and after that, it's a lot more... I don't know how to explain myself. Do you get what I mean? Like they've always been quite like political and like socially political, which I like socially political things.
Yeah,
that's why I'm interested in it.
But
it was. I like social politics more than I like politics. I like how people function with each other more than I like people trying to run each other's idea of themselves.
That's you know what. Politics, you know what? Let's.
It's a separate side of politics.
It
is still politics. That's why I'm calling it social politics.
Oh.
But I think I just think it's an interesting cover. It's kind of like we're done with that shit now. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like I get that kind of. Yeah, like we're moving on to something else now. Dead flowers are dying, flowers in new life. I mean, I'm seeing it, but I think it's just it's so plainly there. It's like what I mean. Like, it's just kind of like, boom, it's all there. It's laid out for you. It's interesting, but it's like, okay, boom, there's nothing past it now. Whereas, like, giving someone your food stamp, it's personal beyond kind of, okay, it's just right there. Yeah. So I agree with you. I think the Brooklyn Zoo covers better. Yeah, I'm actually starting to like that more. Yeah. Like thinking of it in that sense. Again, I think that's part of it as well. I think you don't necessarily get it straight away. Whereas when you think about it a bit more, it's like really clever. Yeah. It's a really clever idea for an album cover. Old Dirty was like. I think I'm starting to realise now because you hear him and you see interviews and you think this guy is crazy. Yeah, that's the only side of it that was shown. But when you listen to it, he's a really switched on guy, man, and like he had a lot of actually quite some good points to make. Yeah. And he has some crazy stories. A story of breaking out of jail to do a performance, which is still one of the wildest things I've ever heard. Right. So what other albums? So what are we putting in at the moment that is probably going to be in the top 5? I'm still fighting for Blazing Arrow, and definitely will be going for Brooklyn Zoo. I think Brooklyn Zoo should definitely be in there. Yeah. Brooklyn Zoo is definitely. For top 5 of what we're talking about at the moment, the other ones I would throw in would be College Dropout, Low End Theory. I think those 3 are the strongest at the moment. I liked what you said about College Dropout, and it links a little bit. I think it's really and Ready to Die. I think if I were to put a top 3 from what we've said about so far, I would say Brooklyn Zoo, Ready to Die, and College Dropout. Because I think they add a lot to the album. Yeah, but they're not. Okay, yeah. I guess with that, Ready to Die is iconic, and it's not super artistic. It's not super like. It's quite simple. It's really simple, but that doesn't detract from it being very clever as an album cover because of the name. Without the name, if it was called something else and it was just a baby, it'd be like, yeah, that's cool. Like I've just pulled up a list of the top. Of someone else's top album covers, the Lil Wayne cover where it's a baby with his tattoos. No, see, I don't like it. It's just a baby. Yeah, it doesn't in any way have the same significance. As the cover of Ready to Die. So, we're trying to pull up some more things. Yeah, there's. Oh no, that's quite iconic, but I really don't like that. The cover of Get Rich or Die Trying, where it's like the glass iconic that's been shot, and it's got his big sparkly cross in it. Yeah. That's iconic, but it's not fucking good. Isn't there one with his what's the one with his what's it called? With his it's a body warmer, bulletproof vest. A good one. Yeah. The cover of KMD, which is MF Doom's band that he was in with his brother before his brother died. Damn. That album is called Black Bastards. Ooh, but it is written like Hangman, so it has the gaps in it. Gaps. Oh, and then the drawing for it. So that's KMD's logo was like a little like minstrel cartoon. Oh, like wow. You can see it there if you search Black Bastards KMD. It's It is essentially, it's like the old racist Disney cartoons.
It is. 100%.
But the picture of it is of him being hung. It's really
you know what's really good about
cover.
this as well? He's actually been hung on a cross.
I have not noticed that before.
Like it's like
the base of
the base of it's a
but
cross.
the way the perspective is makes it look like a Christian cross.
That's crazy,
like a crisscross. Remember crisscross?
But look at the eye as well.
Yeah, that's part of the logo as well. He always has one X'd out eye, like he's half dead.
Yeah.
But I think that's a very good album cover.
I would hold that, but I think I like the political aspect of it, and I just like the animation of it.
But I think that adds to it.
Yeah, no, again, quite a strong political.
And the name is a great name for an album anyway.
Yeah, man.
But to put it with that image,
is
very like.
No, I will not. Yeah, no, you know what? I'll pin that one. I'm pinning that one.
It's written as well. I like that it's not just called Black
Where's
Bastards.
the?
It's Black B. So all the A's are missing, I think.
Oh, okay.
So it's BL line, CK, B line, like that. So the Hangman thing adds to it. Oh, there you go. It's written.
Yeah, no, I was
literally
about to say
all the A's are missing from it. So somebody's playing a game of Hangman, and the answer to the Hangman game is Black Bastards.
Yeah, you know what though? Looking at that, this is why I would want to put it in. It makes you actually want to listen. Makes you want to listen to the album. You're thinking
you want to understand the story of this album.
Exactly
There's got to be a reason for it. That's back when he was Zev Love X. And he drew it as well. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Jeez.
I didn't know he actually drew the album.
No, not Master P.
That's quite a good album cover.
No, you know what that looks like? Yeah, it looks like someone's early Photoshop project. Man.
I was going to. We should say what the album. It says DMX, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. I think it looks like he's just been born.
Oh yeah, no, that's the whole point in it. But it's like obviously it looks like he's just come out of
I wouldn't put this in the top.
No, man.
I just think it's a good cover though.
Really?
I don't think it's like an artistic. I don't think it's a top 5 cover. But for the album, I think it's a good. Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood.
Yeah, and he's
they could have done so many worse things with what I think is a pretty shitty title. Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. I don't think it's a very good title to begin with.
Oh my god! No. Oh, Outcast did have a.
Stankonia,
yeah. It was. Is that the one with
is that the one with album? Both of them in front of them.
Oh,
it's the one where it's the two of them standing in front of the American flag. That's like a monochromatic version of the American flag. It's quite a good cover. That I'd say that was their most iconic cover, but I wouldn't put that in the top.
Outcast, by the way, for anyone.
Well. I said what it was.
Oh, okay.
Outcast, the album Stankonia, which is their best. That's their best album, in my opinion.
What songs are on that one? I'm so bad at names.
That's got like Bombs Over Baghdad.
Okay, yeah. Bombs Over Baghdad.
Miss Jackson's on that as well, which is good. And the best fucking. Like one of the most pleasant and happy sounding songs of all time, So Fresh and So Clean.
Oh, I love that song. Actually, yeah. That is one of those songs you can hear it every single time. And you're like, yeah.
That's one people
Doggy
throw up
Style.
a lot. Doggy Style, yeah. I don't like it. I think it's the
No,
most
you
90s.
not like it.
I think it's one of the most 90s covers of all time.
Boom! That's the whole thing, though.
To its benefit, I just don't. It doesn't appeal to me that much. The cover.
Oh no, I love it, man.
I just look at it and feel like. He's like younger cousin drew it. You know what I mean? I think if it was maybe drawn slightly better, I'd like it more.
Nah, because
I'm not against the concept.
You know what it is? You know what it is though, yeah. Imagine that drawn better. I'll think, what a waste of talent. I'm not gonna lie, because it's not the greatest image. You know what I mean? Like, but it works like a graffiti piece. If you know what I mean?
I think that's what it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to look like spray paint, but to me, it looks like felt tip pen. It looks childish to me.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I don't.
And it is quite a childish cover anyway.
I mean, he's going after the tail.
It's a cartoon dog on top of a kennel, like fucking Snoopy, but facing down, trying to grab another dog's ass as it goes into the kennel. The ass of a dog wearing a thong, which is quite creepy, and I've never really thought about in too much detail until this second.
And then
there's a dog catcher as
Here
well.
is, come on.
Is that going to go
again, that's a political.
5,
no, it's not. It's not. But that is again is political. That's political.
Why
of course,
is
it's
that
political,
political?
man. It's a Snoop Dogg, and look. Come on, dog catcher. He's kind of catch the dog out from playing his games and doing his thing. You know, and he's hiding behind the wall. Behind that wall's probably nice, but in that side of the wall, they're living in kennels.
I think you're adding meaning to this that's not necessarily there.
You got to look at the political context of Snoop Dogg, right?
Yeah, of course you have.
So when he said "drop it like it's hard," he's talking about our rights.
Drop your rights like it's hard.
No, that's what they do.
Okay.
You know, they drop our rights like it's... So next one...
the Public Enemy one.
Come on, man.
I think it's a good... So it's... what's it called?
I think my whole thing
Rush
is...
the Show, that's what they have.
I think my whole thing is, like, I don't think there's anything
I think it's a good cover. I don't think this is top 5.
No,
but I think it's a really good cover.
I'm just so over, like... Okay, I say I'm so over it. Like, I've been in like the album cover industry for like my life.
Yeah, you've made loads of album covers.
Well, I'm just saying,
do
like
your own graphic design.
Oh yeah, I could barely draw a dog. I don't know why a dog. I don't know why.
If you got some tips,
just draw the Snoop Dogg
album.
No, but I think I'm just so over pictures of just a group of people and then
it's the hands-in thing. This isn't just a group of people. It's the hands-in. It's called Bum Rush the Show.
It's like they're planning to
they're planning because Public Enemy are a very political band.
Yeah, of course.
And a thing that they did a lot was show up at other people's shows and start performing.
Yeah,
like at a parade or whatever. That's what this feels like. Is them going right. We're all going to go and fuck up this person's show to do something real. That's why I think it's a cool cover. But you kind of need that connotation.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But I don't know, man. Like go back up. I'm just gonna use this.
Criminal Minded.
Yeah, Criminal Minded. By Boogie Down Productions. Yeah. So you just get you just gonna get.
It's just two people
because exactly. I'm so over this.
No, I agree with you.
I feel like
but I don't think
it's so rinsed out.
I don't think the Public Enemy one is that.
No, definitely. But I feel it's the same thing where something's so rinsed out that when you see something that looks like it, you instantly kind of shut out sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm really I like kind of I guess I like the whole what's this? Ice Cube
Death Certificate.
Doc out.
So
sorry.
No, I'm just scrolling through and it made me think of something else. So this is the one where
is he killing Uncle Sam? Yeah.
Uncle Sam's got a toe tag on and an American flag over it. But I don't think it's anywhere near as good as the Brother Ali album cover. It's called Morning in America. Like mourning, like the death of.
Oh, okay.
Is that what the album's called? Yeah, the album is called that as well. It's him. So he's Muslim. And it's him praying on top of the American flag. Yeah, I can't remember what that's called. Do you know? I feel like you should know more than I do.
I should, yes. What's
called? The mat's got a name, hasn't
it? No, I'm not going to.
The prayer mat, whatever they're called.
Prayer mat.
So instead of that, he's got an American flag.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really strong message. It's just him praying on the front of it, but.
It's quite interesting because you're like, is he praying for America? Is he like, yeah.
It's got several layers to it, but it is also obviously because of the whole stigma. This is a while ago. It's not like this has just come out and it's to do with current things. But it is an ongoing problem with America.
What racism?
Not just racism, but specifically towards Muslim people.
Yeah.
And then to have a Muslim guy praying on top of the American flag who. I believe he's a black albino as well. I know he's albino. I think his family's African and he's.
Oh, okay.
I can't entirely.
I never knew that about Brother I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of just saw him as just. I'm not gonna say. No, but, it's just like he was just that guy.
Yeah,
he was just that guy already.
I entirely get you. But I think that does add something else to it as well. I think knowing some of his backstory and the fact that. Even if you just saw him as whether he's black or not, that doesn't really matter. The fact that because he's albino, people don't see him as being white most of the time. Yeah. Whether he is white or not, I can't entirely remember. But a white Muslim person in America, people don't always. He's not. People probably didn't judge him. People aren't going to judge him as much about it until they find out. You know what I mean? Exactly that. So I think that adds something to the album cover. The fact that it is him going. He's had several albums out, and he's going. Oh, in case you forgot, I'm fucking Muslim. Yeah. Like, there's all this shit going on, and I'm going to make an album about it, and I'm going to make the cover of it be me praying, and you're going to pay attention to that. Yeah. And if you don't like it, don't listen. Don't bother buying the fucking album.
No, it's quite strong. Actually,
I think it's a.
You say it like that. Saying it like that, it brings quite a lot into it. Like, Man,
That's the thing.
Is this the one you're talking about, the Chronic one?
That's the cover for the Chronic. I've just
yeah, that's not the one I was thinking of.
That's very iconic, but I don't.
No, which one was I thinking of then?
That's the kind of thing that people get on T-shirts. I love this album cover. The cover of Far Side, Bizarre Ride 2.
That is actually...
It's a really good cover, but I love that they're on a ride that looks
like
it's just popped out of a big vagina.
Oh yeah, that looks like he'll cut.
It's like a roller. It's like a roller coaster. No, that's the thing, isn't it? Are they going into that, or are they coming out of it? And it looks like it has teeth around it.
Yeah, it looks like it's about to.
It's a really good album cover, and they're a very underrated band as well.
Oh, extremely. I like Far Side. See, this is the album of Dre's that I was thinking about. I can't remember what album it is though, which is what's really annoying. Explosive, yeah, it's just the Explosive. Oh no, I think it was just for the single. I'm a donut, but it's literally just like black cannabis leaf. There we go. Like it's simple as anything.
Yeah,
but I liked it. I like it more than his Chronic album. Yeah, definitely.
Explosive. It's not quite as iconic though, is it? No. That's the De La Soul one I was talking about, 433 High and Rising, where it's just their faces.
Yeah, no, that's
very
hippie recognisable.
That's their most iconic cover by far.
Yeah, definitely.
But again, I wouldn't put that in the top 5 for me personally. That's quite...
Why are the Beastie Boys using Thunderbirds?
No, it's not Thunderbirds. So this is the cover for License to Ill. It's supposed to look like Air Force One.
You know what? I thought it was one of the fun
I believe it's supposed to look like Air Force One.
Okay, cool.
And it says Beastie Boys on the side of it, and Licensed to Ill.
Oh god.
I think it's called Ill because it's the 3rd album as well. Because it looks like 3. I think it was the 3rd album. But it was just Licensed to Kill and the President. That's all there is to it. It's not that super clever or anything. I just think it's a cool album cover. It just as we're scrolling past it, I thought I'd point it out. Midnight Marauders. So Midnight Marauders is basically the same person as the Low End Theory one. I don't think it's quite as good.
I like the other pose. like it's a model. Yeah. But no, I do like the other Low End Theory. It has more to it. This one just feels like they just ran. Oh no, people are
going to have to do a lot of googling in the way we're going back.
Hey,
and forward.
You know what?
But,
anything that makes people find out more about hip hop,
we're
doing a great justice to the world. So yeah,
that's a really good album, Midnight Marauders.
What was? There's a couple songs in there that actually.
My favourite's still. I can't remember what the album's called now. I've gotten to say it. It's got the People's Instinctive Travels, blah 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 blah. It's got a really long fucking album title. I really like that album. That's the one that has Luck of Lucian on it as well, which I really like. That's my favourite. That's probably my favourite beat of theirs. Because the trumpets on it. Dun 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 dun. It's really good.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I think, actually, that's, you know what, yeah? I know, but that is hip hop, man. Like, he's in a lowrider. It's Too Short, by the way. Too Short, Born to Mac, right? I'm not the biggest Too Short fan by far.
I'm not. I don't know who the fuck that is.
No, but
I probably know where it's song.
No, I don't think he would be quite involved in Too Short. Why? Because he's just trash sometimes, man. I'm gonna lie, he's trash sometimes. But imagery, that's hip hop. That's Dr. Dre and Snoop in the back of the low, So I'm just saying. If there was like a,
that is very hip hop, but that's very the idea of.
Okay. Yeah.
Not, I wouldn't say that is very hip hop. I'd say that's very the iconography and concept visually of hip hop. I wouldn't say that is very hip hop.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah,
lots of lasting hip hop is very much not that.
Yeah, True. Actually, let's move on from Too Short. But shout out Too Short though, because as whack as he was sometimes, he did make some.
That's nice.
Illmatic.
And that's one of the best
how have we
not?
Of all time. Yeah, how have we not touched on Nas actually?
Yeah, Nas Illmatic. That's a very
very
powerful. Is it actually
blocks
him?
in the background. I
wonder if it is a picture of him as a kid.
Couldn't say. But yeah. You know what? This has to be somewhere. It has to be because if we're looking
I would argue that's one of the most iconic album covers in general, not hip hop. The most iconic album covers of all time. I think it's very good.
Where's this spot coming?
I don't think this necessarily adds to the album that much. I think the album is fast.
No, but what do you mean? It does. Because I hope this is the one who's got the NY State of Mind, right? And yeah. All right, cool. Come on, it's him. It's him. Blocks in the background. It's literally I am one with my surroundings. This is the making of me. His face serious, dead. Like I've seen things in these blocks.
I suppose there is something about he's a very serious looking kid on the cover.
Like this is a kid, and it looks like he's literally seen people die.
Yeah,
like there's pure strength in it, and what I'm saying about the blocks in the background is just the kind of the whole. It's a very much making of
it looks
your
kind of
surrounding.
like a mask over his eyes.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
it is very good.
I would say. I would argue.
Would you put this
the
in
reason
your top 5?
For the same reason I put Ready to Die in the top 5.
Yeah, you think but I think Ready to Die does it better as an album cover. I think
maybe more
a
subtly.
baby in just a plain white background,
it's more minimal to that sense
because it looks like vulnerable, but it's saying ready to die, like it is a. It's a baby just going fuck this.
Yeah, no, you know what? No, fair enough. But I do think that is a quite
That's a
strong,
great album.
Yeah,
like,
imagery,
if you like hip-hop,
songs.
you should be listening to that album.
Now's Illmatic.
That's a really underrated album of his that people don't always think of as well. Have you heard Distant Relatives? The one with Damian Marley Jr.
Oh yeah.
It's called Little Gone.
Yeah.
That's a very good album. And As We Enter is a really good
they've
song.
got pages. As we enter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So on this list that I'm looking at,
what is it? Number 1.
the number 1 on their list is Low End Theory.
No, fair enough. I mean, that's got to go in the top 5.
No, we're not judging it based on that.
But
I think previous to looking at this list,
yeah,
I would still put it in the top 5.
Definitely.
I think it just looks... It's very, very iconic. I think it's very artistic. I don't know that it necessarily adds anything to the album, but it's the kind of cover where it makes you want to go and look at what the album is.
Yeah, it's really artistic. I mean, and there's something about it where it's slick, but at the same time it's not messy, but it doesn't look like professional slick. It just looks like well polished.
It looks like a good artist has done.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. No, definitely. I mean, that's definitely good.
What were you going to say is in the top 5? What would you personally argue is in the top 5? And then
I mean,
they'll match
if we're going from what we've discussed and what's in my head, number 5 will be for me Illmatic. Then it will be Ready to Die. Then Blackalicious.
Ready to Die. Eh?
Yeah.
Then Blackalicious.
Yeah.
What's that called? Broken Arrow.
Yeah, Broken Arrow.
That's number 3.
Number 3, and then the next 2. So this is working from 5 to 1.
Yeah, nobody's going to see this list. This is purely for my own.
Oh, sorry.
This is a podcast.
For everyone. for everyone.
I'm writing it down so you don't forget what you said.
Right. So
no one's seeing this other than us.
I'm going to. What was the Wesley whatever it's called Theory? What's the album for that?
For what? Theory, Low End Theory, the thing we were just talking about.
You know what? I think I was talking about something else, but I'm just going to go with that for now. That's going to be
number 2, Low End Theory.
I don't know if that's number 2 or number 1. You know?
It's a very good album cover.
But what I'm thinking is, what was I going to put as number 1? I had something else in
my head. I have it in your head. You tell me what
you don't want to leave there. So it's Illmatic. Ready to Die. No, actually, would I put Ready to Die before or after Blackalicious? You know what I mean? In fact, I think I'll put because I like the artistic value of Blackalicious. Like it looks like someone's put a lot rather than a lot of thought into it, a lot of work into it. If you know what I mean. Like for Biggie's one, I feel like someone's put a lot of thought into it. Yeah. Whereas for that one, I feel someone put a lot of work into it. If that makes sense to anyone. Yeah. So yeah, that would be the list because Illmatic is just visually is powerful. Ready to Die looks really good, visually powerful. It's actually really polished as well. So you know it looks like a really good baby photo shoot. You know what I mean? So, boom, right, so cool. Blackalicious, Blazing Arrow, there's so much going on. There's a lot of colours in it. Yeah. Visually, it's really nice as well. And the whole touch of the headphones coming out the arrow, bow and arrow, sick. And then, there's one that's missing and it's really annoying me.
They're struggling. I'll give you what I would put. So, I think I'm going to start from the top.
Sorry. Yeah. Graduation. I'm sorry. Graduation.
College dropout.
No. Graduation. For me personally,
the bear shooting.
Yeah. The bear shooting out of the thing. But Now discussing it.
Number 1 or number 2?
Number 2. Low End Theory.
Low End Theory is your number 1.
Just for the artistic value.
So Graduation, number 2 for you, and then Low End Theory.
Yeah, and like with Graduation, again, I think it's just the colours, man. I just like the colours, the whole kind of... But I get what you mean about Late Registration, though. It's powerful visually. So
I'm going to start at number 1, because I think Brooklyn Zoo... I just think, personally, I think it adds so much to it.
Yeah.
As him as a person, especially as somebody that comes across as just being like, oh, he's the crazy one from the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
To put his food stamp thing on the front of it is just so, like, vulnerable, in a way.
I think...
I think is beautiful. I think it's just, like, very honest. There's
an interview of him actually either coming from or going to collect his food stamps.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is after they sold out in the first album.
Yeah.
And he's officially making thousands, if not millions, right? And he's still standardly telling people, yeah, I'm just going to go get my food stamps and whatever. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's 1, illegal. But 2, yeah, I get it. Like, I get that image, but I think because I've seen him do it on so many levels, although it's really good and it's visually it's powerfully good. Yeah, no, run with it.
I just think it's a really good cover.
Yeah, no, it is, definitely. I don't no taken away from it.
I might actually say, I don't know, I think College Dropout's definitely in my top 5. Low End Theory is definitely going to be up there, but I think Morning in America, the Brother Ali one,
yeah.
I think might actually be. I'm not even like a huge fan of his or of that album, but I think that cover is like one of the most powerful like album covers I've ever seen.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, it was. Visually, it was quite interesting.
I don't think I would order mine. You know what I mean? I think I want to pick the top 5.
Yeah, they just kind of
I'm saying that, but at the same time, I'm thinking the cover of Black Bastards.
Oh yeah, that's what was eluding me.
That's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Even as I was talking about Morning in America, I was thinking I would probably put Brooklyn Zoo after that. So I think Black Bastards and Morning in America, I think would be...
You kind of leveling...
1 and 2.
Okay,
maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Then Brooklyn Zoo.
Yeah.
Then it's very hard to pick between Ready to Die, College Dropout, and Low End Theory.
I'm surprised you haven't put Doom in there, you know? I'm actually quite surprised.
I'm like a massive fan of
I do, that's what I'm
saying. But we're just talking about the covers.
Yeah,
I think the Mad Villain cover is amazing. I think it's a really good album cover. I don't think it does the same thing that I think these do. And I'm even going to say that to Low End Theory. I think Low End Theory is probably the best artistic cover.
Yeah.
But I think personally I'm kind of looking for meaning to put into the top 10. So I would say my top 5 are going to be College Dropout, because I think it's a very clever cover.
Yeah.
That I think a lot of people don't understand necessarily. I think you just go, oh, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I think when you really think about it, it's a very good cover.
Just on that, it was what you said earlier about him looking sad, even though he's got the...
we said in the last podcast, in the first episode,
No, I was saying about what you said in this one, because, he can actually see...
He looks sad. It's also very reminiscent of, there's a Minor Threat, who are a punk band.
Yeah.
They've got an album cover where it's just him with his head shaved, sort of looking down on the steps, depressed. And that's been used several times. There's Rancid basically did the same cover. It was like a homage to it.
Yeah.
Atmosphere have done it on the cover of Look How Much Fun We're Having, where it's him in like a self-help group doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I think part of College Dropout maybe them thinking of that slightly.
The way that he's
looking looks like he's doing this sort of... He's looking... He's not got the hand up as quite as much, but he's got a massive mask on. Yeah. But he does look like he's looking down sad in the same kind of way. So I don't know if that was part of what inspired it. But I would put that on there because I think it's got the meaning to it. Same thing as Brooklyn Zoo would go on top of mine because of having that kind of deeper meaning to it that you don't necessarily notice at first.
Yeah.
Definitely Morning America, Black Bastards, I think, are 2 of the best album covers. And so I'm not going to put them in order, but I would maybe say that Black Bastards and Morning America are the top 2, and then the other 3 would be Ready to Die, College Dropout, and Brooklyn Zoo.
Sick. strong. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with any of them. Like, to be fair, I slightly want the Black Bastard in mind.
You can change yours. It's not too late.
No. I made my mind up. I'm stick with it. I'm gonna stick with my 5, man. I like my 5.
So, what's your favourite album? Just forget
just
about
a general favourite album.
Curious, favourite of the ones we talked about.
Ready to Die, man.
Ready to Die,
Standardly. Like,
it's a very, very good album.
Yeah.
I don't know what mine would be of them. I really like Illmatic.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best albums.
It's just genuine.
To be honest.
Do you know what it is though? Like, and this is I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna probably kick myself. Right. Sometimes, as sick as Nas is, like he does go on, and maybe he goes on to the point where maybe because I can't catch everything, and I know I'm not catching everything, I kind of switch off sometimes. Whereas you get someone like Biggie, who, I mean, like Biggie's style of going on is very different. You know, like Biggie can be violent and not sound violent. It can be preachy and not sound preachy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Everyday Struggle is quite a preachy song. You know, it's I don't want to live this life anymore. I've got to do all of this. Yeah. I mean, like the verses are a little bit like, we're still getting it in, blah blah blah. But he's still saying, I don't want to do this life anymore.
Yeah, that song's quite like deeper than it sounds.
Yeah, of course it is. It is like, you know,
a lot of it, as much as he's saying about I'm making money and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of it is also kind of saying, I'm doing this because I have to.
Yeah.
I'm worried I might die.
Yeah.
It's literally one of the lines of the song.
Yeah.
Like,
it's literally.
I think you think of it and go like, it sounds like he's saying it's cool, but I think really he's saying, this is fucking terrifying.
I don't want to live no more. Sometimes I feel like
also that as well.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's not just the death. I was referencing the death knocking at my front door.
Yeah.
Saying, like he might die at any time. But what I forgot about the fact that the first line of the chorus is, I don't want to live no more. It's not just somebody might kill me. It's like I kind of want to kill myself. I literally don't love this. Like,
but then the verses are quite, you know, they're like, So that's like, for me, it might sick, but I couldn't always put it on and be like, I'm going to listen to every track, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Whereas with Kanye and Biggie,
if we're talking about that, I would say College Dropout's the one I probably listen to the most.
Yeah.
By far. I like all of these albums, but that's the one I listen to the most.
Yeah, no, it is out of those two.
Then Low End Theory.
True. I had a phase with them, but that's me, of course.
I would listen to that a lot. Like I say, that's not my favourite of their albums. And really, I'd probably listen to De La Soul. I like all. So they get put together as like a 3 of De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, and Jungle Brothers. But I would also throw Farside a very similar.
Farside. Also, what's it called?
Also, that album cover, I would say, if we were going to have something that was just outside as a runner-up that I think is very underrated, the cover of that Farside album is very, very good.
It is good.
There's people don't necessarily recognise.
There's another group that's they made that song, The Roots, as well. I think I'll chuck them. I'll chuck them in that kind of in that category as well. Extremely underrated people, man. The Roots are like, they just do bits.
So if we were, we haven't got anything the same on us.
We've listed it. We've got the list.
We've both got Ready to Die on us.
Yeah.
So I guess we'd have to say that's
number one. Then.
That would have to be number one.
Cool. I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that. 100%.
If like you've not got it as the top on your list, I've not got it as the top of my list, but I think everyone would pretty much agree. That's a very iconic, a very artistic, and a very well done album that I think adds a lot to it. Especially with the name.
Yeah, I think that's just been summed up pretty well, actually. That's a good top 5 list we've just done.
I think we've both got strong top 5.
Yeah. But I'm happy with the conclusion of, like, we've both got a top 5, but the one. We've got the one.
Yeah, I think that is a good thing to come on top. But we'll say about the Far Side being underrated, I think a lot of people don't know who KMD are.
I'm extremely uneducated on this.
More people should go and listen to. They only had 2 albums.
Listen to KMD, you mofos.
So the 2 albums are Black Bastards and fuck me, I can't remember what the other album's called. The other one is them in it's like a playground and one of them skipping. They're skipping jump rope.
The whole album is them skipping.
No, that's what the cover is. The other album is the one that has Peach Fuzz on it, which is a good song. But yeah, shout out to KMD who only it was 3 people, I believe. Sub Rock was his brother who died.
How did his brother die?
How did his brother die?
Yeah.
I think he got hit by a car.
That's a bit
to memory. But not enough people know who they are. So yeah, go listen to KMD. I'm just going to throw
that's your task for today.
I think also a lot of the people we're talking about are huge people who everyone knows. Kanye West, Nas, Biggie. Everyone knows who they are. The Far Side, KMD, and Brother Ali. I think we're doing a list of the top hip hop album covers of all time, and I think there are plenty of people who say they like hip hop and haven't heard.
Don't know,
those people, which is fine. You're allowed to not know lots of. There's probably loads of people that are really good that I don't fucking know and you don't know. Personally, I would say you should go and try listening to some of their music. It's very good.
Well, there we go. Top 5. Listen to KMD.
Top 5. That was a good top 5. First top 5 we've done as well. That was good.
And we done it without getting into a fist fight.
Yeah. We're both still alive to do the next podcast. That's good.
People are like, damn.
People's fingers are going to be aching from all the fucking Googling. I'll put up somewhere. I'll put it in the description. Oh no, I don't want to put it in the description because it will spoil it. People will hear it. Right, shall I just read the list again so that people can look them up now?
Yeah, probably. Just leave them with the list and then,
Illmatic by Nas. Ready to Die by Biggie is on both of ours.
Yes.
Broken Arrow by Black Alicious.
Yes.
Graduation by
Blazing Arrows.
Oh, was it Blazing Arrow? Blazing Arrow by Black Alicious.
Yeah.
Graduation and College Dropout. Kanye West. Low End Theory, which is a Tribe Called Quest.
That was on both of us as well.
Well, no, it wasn't on mine.
Oh, okay.
I took it off of mine at the end. It became number 6.
Oh, damn.
Out
of your top 5.
Morning in America by Brother Ali. Brooklyn Zoo. Not parenthesis, it's under colon. What's it called? Return to the 36 Chambers is the subtitle, which is Old Dirty Bastard.
Yeah.
I can't remember the rest of my work, so I haven't written it down.
KMD.
KMD, Black Bastards.
Brother Ali.
I've done Brother Ali, Brooklyn Zoo. We both had Ready to Die.
Yeah.
And the other one, because it also had a deeper meaning.
Wasn't Brother Ali, wasn't KMD. Oh man, why'd you have to be this guy? Have you got the
Oh shit, man.
Ah.
How can I not remember the things I've literally just been
looking at it. Was it not the De La Soul?
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
no.
Mate. Well, we're just stumped for it now, aren't we?
Let's just go back through a massive list and see if it happened to be on this when we were talking about it.
Wait, is this the one you added back at the end?
I don't know if it was.
Because you said something about, no. Well, you said the Far Side's album was alright.
That was like an extra one. That's not in my top 5, but I think that's a very good.
It wasn't Late Registration?
Well, no, we already said.
Okay, I'm going to stop talking.
College Dropout was in mine. You know what? Fuck it.
To be fair, we have just listed
you remember,
more than 5.
just go back and remember.
Listen back to this a couple times. And,
I don't think it's on this massive list that's on here. Morning America, Brooklyn Zoo, Graduation, Ready to Die, something else. Fuck me, why is it gone? Black Bastard. That's why I have named 5. So I probably named 5 just a second ago when I was doing it. I just don't remember.
Yeah.
Yes, so go check those out. They're all good albums as well, apart from being good covers. That's going to be it for this episode of the podcast.
We made it through another one.
Next Monday, where it's going to be going back to doing a sort of categorised version.
Yep.
You got anything you want to shout out at the end of this? Other than, obviously, we're going to shout out Studio 3, which is where we record.
Thank you.
Go look them up.
Boundary Road, Barking, Arts
if you're in
and all that stuff.
General area.
Yes.
Look into it.
Really, there's no one I'd like to shout out. Just kind of. Actually, one thing I'd like to say, we've talked like, exactly. Like,
I suppose we've done a couple of shout outs. I gave 3 shout outs that people should listen to anyway.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I was going to say.
Is there an album we've talked about that you think someone should go and
we've talked about established artists. I just actually want to just give a shout out to all the local artists around. So last time I shouted out OSOM, but big shout out to my personal great friend Jen, who's doing amazing things right now in the grime scene. Go check him out. So that's GEN, Jen. Big shout out to people like Braceman.
I was going to straight after you go. I'd also like to shout out your close personal friend, Braceman, who's really, really amazing.
Very, especially if we've talked about hip hop. If you love hip hop, he's got a very smooth hip hop sound that I personally love. So big shout out to him. Just check him out. It's Braceman, BRACEMAN. He used to be called that because he had braces. Haha, secrets out.
That's right.
It was a pretty cool story.
I thought it was like a play on Waste Man as well.
No.
Save the other shout outs for another.
No. Yeah, that's
also go to soundcloud.com/Mr. Souls.
That's
MRSOLS.
Yeah.
Just that, and YouTube, which you can't do a slash for. You're gonna have to look it up, unfortunately, because we've not got enough attention to do that yet.
Yeah.
Go search Renegade Pineapple on YouTube. But if you want more from either of us, for a bit of that jazz.
No.
See you next week.
Goodbye.
It's a wonderful waste of time.